At the time of the blaze, Fox remained in violation of 8 fire codes, according to an inspection done 6 months prior in August 2021. Those violations were supposed to have been fixed and then re-inspected for compliance within a month, but that never happened. In our efforts to find out why not, we obtained these emails between the school district and the fire department and discovered accusations of, quote, extreme neglect to fire safety. What we found led Richmond Fire Chief Melvin and School Superintendent Jason Kamras to sit down with me for an exclusive joint interview.
Let's go.
I can't recall a school fire of this magnitude in recent years, at least in my tenure as an employee for the city of Richmond, and that goes back to the 80s.
Between 2019 up until early 2022, RFD and RPS relied on Dropbox links, emails, and in-person interactions to keep record of inspections and share information about violations.
The process wasn't efficient. We could have done better. I think the chief would agree on both sides.
It was brought to my attention at some point that our fire marshals were having some difficulty getting back into the schools.
The first documentation of a challenge arose in April 2020 when schools were closed due to COVID. Deputy Fire Marshal William Spindle emailed Superintendent Kamras about difficulty accessing schools to complete annual fire safety inspections. Then, in March 2021, Spindle told Kamras Chief of Staff Michelle Hidasco that 35 schools with safety violations were nearing a year of non-compliance.
There were a number of challenges during that year, right? We didn't have a full complement of staff, even for example, custodians. Many of them were out who would have addressed some of these things, our facilities team, due to COVID.
Another round of inspections were then completed in August and September 2021. However, RFD didn't circle back to schedule re-inspections until December. So why the delay? Well, Chief Carter says he pulled Spindle from the Fire Prevention Office to respond to fires in the field due to a critical staffing shortage.
Lieutenant Spindle, even though being assigned to the operations division, still tried to reach out to get these things accomplished. Is it ideal? No, but it does show that he was persistent.
But Spindle could not get it accomplished because RPS Director of Facilities Bobby Hathaway didn't respond to Spindle's request to come back into the schools and check on violations that were documented in the fall. So on January 6th, Spindle tries again. He emails Hidasco saying Hathaway has ignored his calls and texts inquiring about dates for re-inspections, and he expresses frustration over what he calls ongoing roadblocks. He says he's being denied access to re-inspect schools with over 200 violations and asks if there's anyone who can help him. This is reflecting poorly on his office. Hidasco replies 11 days later on January 17th asking if this is an urgent issue. Spindle responds that he needs to talk to someone who is truly in charge of school facilities because Hathaway has placed himself in a position of, quote, extreme neglect. Did you view this as extreme neglect?
That's characterized by the lieutenant at that time. Those are his words, and I'm not sure what that dynamic was.
I think as the chief said, that is one person's perspective, and again, I'm going to say, should all of these been addressed as soon as possible? Yes.
What was the communication breakdown?
I don't know.
On January 20th, Hathaway tells Spindle he's interested in resuming inspections and asks for the most recent list of violations. Spindle replies again with frustration, saying RPS has shown a, quote, complete lack of effort in ensuring schools are safe for occupancy and that the dismissal of their office is utterly disrespectful. Did you take any action to hold Mr. Hathaway accountable?
I'm sorry, I can't talk about personnel.
Though the Fox fire would happen just weeks after Spindle's warnings of neglect in unsafe schools, Carter says none of the violations found at Fox impacted the cause of the fire, but the violation of a faulty fire alarm panel did impact how firefighters responded when they were first called to the school the first time that night, and they cleared the building 30 minutes before flames consumed it.
All companies en route 2300 Hanover Avenue at Fox Elementary for the fire alarm.
Because the panel was not working properly, it did not indicate to crews where the fire was.
In the absence of that, we do just a a search of every floor, every level.
So essentially, without that indication, you're kind of flying blind?
Basically, yes.
Moving forward, both agency leaders say their partnership is now stronger than ever.
Our two teams now talk every single week. In addition, I have a weekly safety meeting with our head of security, our head of facilities, and other individuals where we track where are the violations, when are they due to be fixed.
Kamras says all school fire alarm panels have been tested, repaired, or replaced, and each building is now equipped with an emergency key box to allow first responders into facilities when necessary.
We are an even safer school system today than we ever have been before.
Kamras and Carter tell me that all inspections for the current school year have been completed, and they say it was a smooth process.